The Antonov An-12 was once the backbone aircraft of Soviet military transport aviation. It rapidly established itself as one of the most widely used turboprop transport aircraft in the Warsaw Pact and beyond, upon its introduction to service in the late 1950s. The An-12 was dubbed the Soviet Hercules due to its ruggedness, adaptability, and comparatively straightforward maintenance. It was often compared to the American C-130. It operated from makeshift or rough airstrips for decades, transporting troops, weapons, and supplies across the immense territory of the Soviet Union. However, time does not spare any equipment. The majority of An-12s that are currently in operation are more than 40 years old. Metal fatigue and corrosion plague the airframes, the avionics are outdated, and the original Ivachenko AI-20 engines are no longer efficient by modern standards. Spare parts are becoming increasingly challenging to obtain, particularly given that Antonov is now a Ukrainian company with production lines that have been inactive for an extended period and severed political relations. In response to these circumstances, Russia is considering the future with the introduction of new platforms, including the Il-276 and Il-212. However, certain observers inquire, is outright replacement the sole viable option? Why should Russia not contemplate reviving the An-12 in a new, modernized form, given that the United States has successfully maintained the C-130 Hercules through continuous modernization, and China has successfully evolved the An-12 design into the Y-8 and Y-9 families? Currently, the Il-276 medium transport serves as the focal point of Russia's replacement strategy. The MTA, or multi-role transport aircraft, was developed at first in partnership with India. However, following New Delhi's withdrawal, the program was entirely Russian. The Il-276 is intended to bridge the gap between the light Il-112V and the heavy Il-76, offering a modern transport solution in the 20-ton payload class, the identical niche that was previously occupied by the An-12. The Il-276 will use modern turbofan engines, such as the PS90A76, or a derivative of the PD-14 called PD-14M, in contrast to its turboprop predecessor. These engines would offer superior fuel efficiency, thrust, and high-altitude performance. Its avionics array will be state-of-the-art, specifically designed for operations in contested environments and complex weather, as well as for integration with contemporary command and control systems. In addition to the Il-276, Russia is also advancing the Il-212, which is a significant modernization of the Il-112V. It would employ sophisticated turboprops, including the Klimov TV71-17ST02 and digital fly-by-wire controls, and is designed for shorter missions. Despite its reduced payload capacity in comparison to the An-12, the Il-212 is capable of fulfilling some of the same responsibilities as the An-12, particularly on tactical and regional routes. The backbone of Russia's official strategy to phase out the An-12 is this two-track strategy, which consists of the Il-276 for medium transport and the Il-212 for lesser loads. However, the question remains, should Russia not think about doing the same with the An-12, given that others have successfully modernized legacy transports? China provides the most direct comparison. Initially, the Chinese industry produced license-built An-12s, which were followed by the development of the Y-8 and the more capable Y-9. The latter is currently one of the main transports of the People's Liberation Army Air Force. Despite their outward resemblance to the Soviet original, these aircraft boast modernized engines, composite propellers, extended fuselages, and new avionics. The Y-9, in particular, has developed into a platform that is capable of performing specialized duties, including airborne early warning, electronic warfare, and maritime patrol, in addition to transport. The United States also offers the C-130 Hercules. The C-130J Super Hercules, which is still in active production, was first flown in 1954 and has been updated many times. The Hercules has maintained its relevance for more than 6 decades as a result of structural enhancements, digital avionics, glass cockpits, and new engines. The lesson from both cases is evident. Modernization can indefinitely extend the service life of an aircraft if its basic airframe is sound, typically at a lower cost and faster pace than the development of entirely new designs. The concept of an An-12 next would extend far beyond the mere re-engineering of ancient, fatigued airframes if Russia were to pursue it. It would involve the development of a new production variant of the An-12 that is equipped with 21st century technology, similar to the Y-9 that China implemented. The most significant modification would be in the area of propulsion. Modern Russian turboprops would replace the AI-20 engines that were originally installed. The Klimov TV-7117 ST-02, which is currently in development for the Il-114 and Il-212, is a potential candidate. This engine is capable of producing approximately 3,100 to 3,500 kilowatts of power and is controlled by FADEC digital technology. An additional alternative is the adaptation of a turboprop derivative from the PD engine family, which would capitalize on the PD-8 or PD-14 core. In comparison to the AI-20, these engines would provide significantly improved fuel efficiency, reliability, and reduced maintenance requirements when equipped with composite 6 or 8-blade propellers. A further major improvement would be in the field of avionics. The aircraft's seamless integration into Russia's existing aerospace network would be facilitated by a glass cockpit that includes digital displays, satellite navigation, advanced autopilot, and contemporary communication suites. It is also likely that structural enhancements will be introduced. The use of lighter alloys or composites could result in a reduction in weight while simultaneously fortifying the fuselage and wing to accommodate increased load factors. Enhancements in aerodynamics, including the redesign of wingtips, may improve efficiency. An An-12 next could target a payload of 20 to 25 tons, which would place it in direct competition with the Il-276. The benefits of this curriculum are evident. The use of a proven design in a new An-12 variant has the potential to reduce costs and expedite development timelines in comparison to an entirely new project. Operators who are accustomed to the An-12 would be able to maintain continuity, and the void would be filled more rapidly as Il-276 production increases. Significant export growth is also possible, especially in countries that have historically operated An-12s and may show interest in a modernized, cost-effective alternative. Nevertheless, there are compelling counter-arguments. To develop a new An-12-based aircraft, it is necessary to reestablish an industrial foundation around a design that has not been produced in decades. Tooling, supply chains, and certification would require a nearly complete reimagining. Simultaneously, Russia is already making significant investments in the Il-276 and Il-212. Therefore, the division of resources into a third program might hinder progress. Another concern is strategic. Russia may perceive greater value in abandoning the Antonov heritage of the Soviet era, particularly in light of Antonov's current alignment with Ukraine. The construction of an An-12 next could be regarded as a regression, whereas the Il-276 is a new, Russian-designed solution. The fundamental issue remains: Russia must renew its medium transport fleet, whether through modernization or replacement. In the present day, military logistics necessitates aircraft that can swiftly deploy troops, vehicles, and supplies, operate in challenging environments, and integrate into global and domestic air traffic systems. For decades, the An-12 has performed admirably in this capacity. However, its operational lifespan is rapidly approaching. At present, Russia appears to be steadfast in its commitment to the Il-276 and Il-212 route, relying on innovative designs to ensure the future of its transport aviation. However, the concept of an An-12 next is not entirely without merit. If China and the United States have demonstrated the successful evolution of legacy designs, Russia could theoretically adopt a similar strategy, particularly if the Il-276 program is impeded by delays or funding shortages. In the years ahead, the debate may intensify. Is it more advantageous to construct an entirely new transport aircraft or to revitalize an established classic? Currently, the An-12 is at a juncture, a seasoned workhorse that is on the cusp of its final voyage, yet it continues to cast a long shadow over the future of Russian transport aviation. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Also, please take our channel membership, which is very affordable, to encourage us.